Hey guys, what's going on? This is another Airsoft Dude 1 production. Today we're going to be doing another tabletop video overview. Now this is adding on to the how to build a DMR series. So this one's the next one up. This is my current gun. This is where she stands right now. I'm going to go rear to front, and then but first I'm going to talk about a couple parts that I put in it up to this point. First thing, and probably the most expensive thing, is the Prometheus EG barrel. This is a 469 millimeter tight bore barrel. This is written in Chinese or Japanese, 6.03 millimeter in diameter, and like I said, 469 millimeters long. So that means my barrel goes to right here, which it's about halfway through my suppressor. So I'm not having a hopping problem of it hopping into my barrel or into my suppressor, which is good. And I have that cranked down. Then the next thing is a Prometheus. You might have heard them called Prometheus Promi Purple. Promi is Prometheus. Purple is the purple bucking. So it's a Prometheus purple bucking. These are awesome. They're the soft type. However, they give pretty much the best performance out of any other hop-up bucking, with the exception of maybe a maple leaf. And then the last thing is a maple leaf flat hop nub. Now we'll get into that a little bit later, but pretty much it's a nub that provides the flat hop instead of R hopping or flat hopping. If you don't know what that is, you have to modify the barrel. And I didn't feel comfortable spending $75 on a barrel and then cutting a piece of it off and putting a little piece of rubber on there. This gives you dang near the same performance, however, maybe a little bit less, but it still does a really good job. So we're going to go from the rear to the front, like I said. So what I did is I wired it to Dean's. Now this is an 11.1 volt lithium polymer battery. It is a 2000 milliamp hour or mAh, and then it is 15 to 25 C discharge rate. So gives you really snappy trigger response, especially when you're pulling a heavy spring. And now it is wired to Dean's, or if you're not familiar with Dean's plugs, the T plugs. It's not the Tamiya like every other airsoft gun is pretty much wired to. So it's not these. It's Dean's plug. I did it myself, and then I shrink wrapped each plug, and it came out really well. And then I'm going to slide these into the tubes here. It's a big battery, but it lasts a long time, which is really good, especially what you want for a milsim. And then you can just listen to the trigger response. Alrighty, so as you can see, pretty darn good trigger response, even when you're pulling a M140 spring. Yes, I'm using an M140 spring. So that's putting the feet per second at about 510, 520. So, yeah, I will be uploading the video of me dropping the spring in later, because that's a totally different story. But I did want to do a tabletop on this. So in the grip, I have an AEX custom high torque motor, rated to pull up to a M150 with an 11.1 volt lithium polymer battery. Then in the gearbox, I will go over this again in the other video, but I'm just going to tell you right now. I have an ICS full metal tooth polycarb piston with a ported piston head with a double O-ring. Then it's a full cylinder, so I get maximum volume of air, with a double seal metal cylinder head, and then I'm using the standard KWA metal air nozzle, so I don't shatter an air nozzle with too much air going through it. The only problem with that is I lose a little bit of velocity because of the fact that there's no O-ring in the air nozzle, but the other ones I'll lose velocity because it doesn't seal all the way, because KWA is super proprietary. Moving down, I have AIM top uber torque gears. I mean, they're the most solid set of gears, I mean, besides Sistema. They can pull up to a M160, I believe, and they're really tough. Stainless steel, really tough gears. Then I have a KWA standard anti-reversal latch. It's a KWA gearbox, so you know it's solid. It's a KWA 2015 gearbox, so it's really new and it hasn't had a lot of stress on it. Then I'm using Elite Force 0.32 gram BBs because this is what I'm going to be supplied at Milsim West Kazakh Offensive that I'm going to building this gun for. Then on the top here I have a Leapers, which is a replica of the Leopold brand 3 to 9 by 52. Yes, this is giant sunshade. If you want to know more about the scope choice, go and watch my scope sights and iron sights video. Moving up, like I said, Prometheus stainless steel barrel. You get what you pay for in Airsoft. You pay a lot for a barrel, you get a barrel that floats your BB far. I mean, and a lot of you might be sitting there thinking, why didn't you go with a 6.01? Well, you put a 6.01 on a BB, and unless it's, you know, a $90 BB and it is perfect, any imperfection is going to, one, scratch that barrel, and two, with a full cylinder and you get that going, it acts kind of like a Polar Star where you get an air curtain around the BB. Not a full one like a wide bore barrel, but you get enough so the BB stabilizes instead of just rolling down the top. Flat hop maple leaf bucking nub, and then a Promi purple bucking, which goes all the way to here. It's got an angled foregrip, mag pull angled foregrip. That's pretty stock. Here I've got a 45-degree offset mount. The mount was $4 on eBay. The sight I got from a discount bin at AEX. It was $5. It's just so this is way too zoomed in. So if I just need to roll over real quick and take that shot, I can see right along the top of my PEC 15. Green laser PEC 15, as you can see. Yes, you can see the beam on it, which is awesome. Then I've got my flashlight on the side. I misplaced the actual lug that locks it on there, so this one's kind of shaky. But hopefully I'll find it. And then I've got just a normal bipod. Now this gun is decently heavy. So some of these things might disappear when I get to the game because I am going to have a camera on my gun, and that's going to be even heavier. So during daytime, the laser and the flashlight probably coming off. It's just heavy, and you know, I'm not trying to be a wuss about it because I can deal with it. It's just I don't want to have to lug around that much in freestanding shooting. So now I'm going to disassemble this a little bit so you guys can see what I've done here. I did put in self-retaining locking pins instead of the KWA standard pins that have the little screw or that little Allen head on the other side, which are rather annoying. So Like I said, full seal cylinder, nothing that I can really show you here. Okay, but I can show you guys this. I know it's probably getting a little dark, that's why I have the flash on my camera here, the light. Okay, so you guys look inside there. I don't know if it's overexposing or whatnot, but it might. If you look in there, you can probably see that the nub is purple, because that's the Promi purple. The Promi purple is just rounded. It's not like the KWA standard nubs that have the 4 little things that stick down, and if it's not in there perfectly, your BBs will go wherever because it's catching them weird. I like the rounded ones, personal preference. And then I've got the flat Hop Nub, which if you do get one, I think it's a good investment because it's $7. If it was $15, I wouldn't get it. I'd just say go and flat hop or give it to some dude so he can R-hop your gun. But $7, and this thing floats. I'm not even kidding. I'm not being sponsored to tell you this. I'm just saying Maple Leaf $7 flat Hop Nub. Boom, it floats your BB, especially with the Promi purple and a Prometheus barrel. The other reason why I chose that combination is because if you know anything about KWA hop-up units, they're annoying because this is a 2-piece hop-up unit. That's why it doesn't look like a normal one and have the rest of it. The second piece is there on the bottom of your lower receiver, so it goes together like that. It's just so you can disassemble your gun like a real steel gun. But if you look at this, it's really tight. Ha ha ha. It doesn't fit most barrels or most hop-up buckings because they're a little bit thicker rubber. The Promi purple fits. So if you have a KWA gun and you're like, why doesn't any other bucking fit in here? Cut like 1 centimeter off of the end of the bucking. Not the end where the BB sits, but just cut 1 centimeter off because it'll stretch when you push it in there. But it will fit, guarantee it. I guarantee it, it will fit. You just have to finesse it in there real careful. And then you cut that like 1 centimeter off the other end so it doesn't get in the window. It doesn't get in the way of your locking ring. So this right here, I can hit 100 yards with this right here because of this right here. $7 part, $16 part, $75 barrel. And you know, for about $100, you've got a good barrel setup that'll massively improve your range. I didn't have good performance a couple years ago with my old SR10 that was Mark 18. I didn't have good performance with it, mainly because I didn't have a good hop-up bucking and nub for my barrel. I had a good barrel, but not a good anything else. So if you do get the Maple Leaf flat hop nub, put the barrel in there first, and then take the lever out of the top of your hop-up, set your flat hop nub in there, and then close everything on top of that. Don't try and put it in there and then slide your barrel in because it'll be all janky, guarantee it. It'll be much faster. You put the barrel in there, or you take the old nub out, you take the old hop up barrel out, you put your new barrel on your new bucking, slide it in, put the part through the little hole right here, push it down, make sure it fits, put all the other parts in there. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I'm probably going to make a hop-up disassembly video soon, and so maybe if you guys are confused by what I just said, wait another like 2 days and it'll make sense. So, awesome barrel. Also, the Prometheus ones, the hole that's cut out is much bigger, so more hop surface can be applied, which is nice. So you don't have to modify it like you know, an R-hop or whatnot. And I'm not going to try and explain all those R-hop and all those flat hop things because I don't do it and I'm not good at it. So look up other videos on YouTube. If you're at this point in the video, you might wonder why my other SR10 lower is on my table here? Well, the reason for that is pretty simple. I'm going to be a DMR at Milsim West Kazakh Offensive. DMRs have a 100-foot engagement distance with an FPS limit of 550. I'm going to be pushing 520, 530. I don't want to hurt people. You know, if I get real close on somebody, I don't want to shoot within my limit, and I don't want to hurt somebody. Plus, I want to follow the rules. So, what I'm doing is I'm bringing a different lower, which I've built specifically for this purpose, so that it can actually push a .32 gram BB. It's not going to do great, but if I need to kick in a door to go take a building with the rest of my squad, I know I can do that. I'm going to put this in there real quick. Boom, boom. Now I've got a gun that I can engage zero distance up to, 100 feet, 150 feet. I get to my position, cool, locked in, take this off. Now I've got my DMR back. That's why I put the self-retaining locking pins in here, so that I don't have to sit there and like finnick around with the screw like, oh, I lost it, where'd it go? And then it would fall out. No, I have self-locking pins that I can knock out real quick. So when I'm sitting in the back of the deuce and a half, I will have this one in my backpack. This one's going to be on the gun. This one shoots 400. This one shoots 500. Boom, I'm ready to go. Kick in the door, take the, take names, shoot the people that need to be shot, set up in my sniper, my overwatch position. Less than 10 seconds, I have a new firearm that I can hit 100 yards with now. Well, not firearm, replica firearm, sorry. I already approved this with my my commanders, so they think it's a really good idea that I can be combat effective all the time. So they think that's pretty cool. I think it's a pretty good idea. I'm just fortunate enough to have 2 SR10s right now. If you guys have this opportunity, it's an awesome opportunity. I can put a different scope on here, which isn't so heavy. I might bring my EOTech along, or my Spectre, kick it on there. Now I've got a much lighter gun that I can, kick those doors in, take the names with, and I don't have to worry about a big scope being in the way and having to kick over to my 45 degree. But it's a really good idea if you guys like your DMR gun, but you want to play CQB and you want to play everything with one platform. Find an SR10 or you could even use the KWA SR16. Or K16, KM16 or whatever, or the Mod 0, Mod 1, the ones with the plastic lowers that are, cost 180 bucks. Buy one of those, get one of those, get it used, Craigslist, eBay, or whatever you want to find it on, but you get one of those other lowers, you get your good upper, you build a good upper, and then you get a DMR lower, and you get another lower, and you can just switch them out real quick. Depending on the game type, I think that's awesome. You want to play as a sniper, boom, you've got a gearbox for that. Or, sorry, a lower. And make sure that you tell them when you're chronoing, hey, this is my DMR lower, hey, this is my CQB lower, or whatever. So they'll chrono and put that tag on your stock and not your barrel. Because, if you have a red tag or whatever right here on your barrel and you're shooting, CQB and red is for snipers, they'll get ticked at you, and then you'll have to go through the process of explaining that. So just make that known to the refs so they don't get mad at you. But pretty much this has been a kind of a long and drawn out video saying that I have pretty much a DMR. The last thing that I need to do is, like I said, drop that 140 in here, because right now it just has a 120 in it. But I'm going to make that video as soon as that spring comes in, because AEX is super slow and they have to order everything from Santa Clara. So, the Santa Clara store. So, on Wednesday when I get that, I'll make the video and post it for you guys. Thanks for watching. This has been another Airsoft Dude 1 production. I'm out.